The topic that I was given today was, how much trouble are we in? I don't think I really need to tell you, do I? David Horowitz has been standing guard at this door, along with many of you, long before I got off my couch, put on a pair of pants, took off my sweatpants and stopped eating Doritos and went to work. And because of that, you've given us a chance to survive. I think the question, how much trouble are we in, I'll address. But the bigger question that I would like to address today is, how much trouble is the left in? Because America is waking up, and there's only going to be one of us standing in the end. And I have every intention of it being us. The world is changing, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. But the world is changing. It's changing for a myriad of reasons. The systems don't work. If we took out all of the corruption, all of the greed, we took out all of the politics and everything else, still technology is changing. And the systems that were built shortly after the Industrial Revolution, starting in the 1920s, they don't work anymore. The networks don't work anymore. Nothing works. We now have the ability to go one-on-one. And because of that, the world is changing. And anyone with power is flailing in the water, trying to grab onto anything. Anybody who knows anything about a drowning man, they'll take you down too. You don't jump in the water to save them. They'll take you down as well. And that's what's happening on every front. They'll take us all down. Now, that's the happy news. The happy news is those people are flailing because they don't know what else to do. They have built this world. They have been in those positions. This is the way the system works. It's the record industry against Napster and then iTunes. The record industry is still saying, I don't know what to do. They'll do anything to claw their way back. That's why regulation is going out of control. You know industries are dying when they go for regulation. And everybody's going for regulation, except for the small entrepreneur. Get the hell out of my way. Why? Because we have faith in ourselves. We have faith in the end user. I know all I have to do is create a better product and people will come. That's America. But we're turning in to Europe at best and the Soviet Union at worst. In the end, the world will change. The message that has to be gotten out to the rest of America is, are you going to sleep through it? Because this is the time that historians will write about for decades, if not centuries to come. The world is at a paradigm shift. And if you don't be a part of it, if you're not part of it now, if you're not out redesigning, it will be redesigned for you. Welcome to slavery. This is a journey unlike any journey that most people have ever traveled on. There is no blueprint for this journey. That's why historians will look to us. There has never been a group of people at this point that have reversed the tide. But there have never been Americans at this point. When the world is always down, the world always flails in the water until Americans arrive. Americans are already here. We just have to look to ourselves We don't have to take a boat or an airplane to go anyplace. We're already here. All we have to do is stand up and take charge and be the people that we have always been. Wake up, America. And we solve our own problems. In the end, we can either continue down this course as freedom-loving people and worry about the damn Republicans and lose. Or as freedom-loving people, we can stand together and worry about the Republic and win. The first thing we have to do is stop listening to morons. We have to stop listening to the people who have been wrong every step of the way. These are the damn people that designed this system. And we go to them and say, okay, Mr. Banker, okay, Mr. Politician who's been there the whole time, how do we fix it? How do you fix it? They said it would be fine in the first place. How do we fix it? Many times we fix it by putting those people in jail. We have to look to the people who have seen it coming. David Horowitz is one of them. Because, if you will indulge me, because nobody else ever will, I want to give you a bit of my record. So you see the record, so what I say after this carries any kind of weight. What's coming? In 1999, I was on the air on WABC in New York, and I said, listen to the words of Osama bin Laden. And conservatives attacked me and said I was only supporting Bill Clinton. I said, are you out of your mind? I hate the guy. But if he's bombing an aspirin factory and it's the right thing to do, I guess maybe we should say, okay, I don't like this. But he's going after Osama bin Laden. And I read the words of Osama bin Laden. And the conservatives attacked me. And I said, mark my words. In this city, there will be blood, bodies, and buildings in the streets. And they will be done by Osama bin Laden. Will you then stop playing politics? That was 1999. In 2004, I begged my audience, do not take out any of these loans. They don't make any sense. Well, you don't have an education. I can do basic math. They don't make sense. Stop. 18 months prior, I was losing my audience because conservatives said I was talking down the economy. 18 months prior to TARP, I lost about 30% of my audience. My stations were canceling. My network came to me and said, please, will you shut up about the economy? Nobody cares. You're wrong. It's not going to happen. Sorry. Sorry. 6 months prior, I begged my audience, get out of the stock market. I remember a guy said, he was on television, and the stock was, the Dow was at 14,000. And he said, we're looking at 18,000. I looked right in the camera and I said, don't listen to that moron. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to, I'm sorry we even had him on. Get your money out now. I believe it was 6 days later that the crash came. It doesn't take a genius. It takes someone who's willing to look at common sense and look at the facts. Last year, hammered for telling people to have some food because food prices are going to go up. This administration, how dare them, betrayed our public. betrayed the average person by saying, oh, there is no such thing as inflation, when all I said was have food. That's too conspiratorial? Prepare for hard times. Thanksgiving dinner is now 13% higher than it was last year. 13% higher. It may not mean a lot to the people in this room, but it sure the hell means a lot to a lot of Americans who are struggling to get by. 13%. I want you to do this. I want you to go to the Fed's website. They've got a little game for kids to play. What's it like to be Ben Bernanke for the day? Can you fix the economy? Yes. My 6-year-old could be Ben Bernanke for a day and do a better job. Go to the Fed's website. On the Fed's website, there's a little game made for kids. Can you control inflation? Do this test. Go to the website and put in 0% interest on money. Put it in there. Run that program for 3 years. You can do it today. Project it out 3 years. Shows inflation at 17%. If anybody looks at the non-game playing adjusted inflation, the way we used to calculate during the Carter years, the way we used to calculate inflation, it is now bottom 11, top 17%. So the Fed's own website shows, yeah, you do this for 3 years, yeah, Thanksgiving dinner will go up 13%. Put it and run it for 4 years. Inflation goes from 17% to 38%. All you have to do is be like a kid and look at the facts. Everyone tries to dismiss with these. Everybody's got a backup plan. Everybody's got, well, I got a system. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be different this time. No, it's not. It never is. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Not 5, not 7, not 10, 4. Every time, 4. That's the way it works. Hammered. In January, I have been looking for the Archduke Ferdinand moment. Tunisia, I said. A man sets himself on fire. That is the Archduke Ferdinand moment of this generation. It will cascade across the land. It will sweep the Middle East. Radicals, communists, socialists, Islamists, revolutionaries will collude to collapse the Western way of life. They will destroy Israel and the United States of America. And anti-Semitism not seen since the 1930s will return. Of course, I was a crazy man. Unless you read the papers today. Israel is our only real friend. And we have betrayed them. We are doing more than that. We are betraying ourselves, our God, and our legacy by not standing up now. I studied Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Gandhi, Martin Luther King. The reason why Bonhoeffer lost in Germany is because there's a short window.